Hi there, everybody. This is Jessica Galloway here with Travis Triple T Thompson.
Yes,
I am the Stay Curious guest host for today. Thank you for tuning in today and watching Stay Curious with the American Space Museum. This show has been going on for about a year and a half, a little over, almost 400 episodes. Mark, our dedicated regular host, is off on vacation. You might have tuned in and saw him remote. And Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Yesterday we had Bart Martindale, one of the docents here at the Space Museum, with an awesome guest. I got to drive around with this dude in his Tesla. Oh, I took some videos, real fun. First time I ever been in Tesla.
Cool, that's
and
awesome.
He was like, you just went faster than a Ferrari. And I'm like, my husband watched the video. He said, the sheer terror on your face at that. I'll have to screen cap it, you guys. It'll be great.
Cool.
Triple T here.
Yes, sir.
Shuttle Closeout Crew lead.
Yeah.
Well, a number of all the positions, 1 through 7, right?
Yeah.
But you couldn't be which numbers? Astronaut.
2.
You couldn't be 2, and you couldn't be
6.
6.
6 was NASA quality, and Astronaut is the only one allowed to flip switches on launch day.
That's real important. Okay, well, today we're coming at you live from Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We've got some nice points of reach that we need to get to. We just hit 1,000 viewers on YouTube, so thank you everybody for subscribing and following us on our new platforms. Facebook, we're about 1,000 away from getting to 10,000.
Okay.
And these numbers are really important because we get to monetize. So that means just this show will start making the Space Museum money. We have to get to, I think, 1,000, 100, I don't know. There's lots of watch hours on YouTube and Facebook both. So go find our playlist. Press play, put it in your other window, and just watch it all you want. I've got some ways you can support the museum here. Let me switch to this boy and our gallery. You can always visit the Space Museum here in Titusville, Florida, at 308 Pine Street, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Now, Travis, you are a docent on Saturdays, right?
Fridays and Saturdays.
Fridays and Saturdays. So you want the grand tour. This is the time to come. We've actually got some visitors that are eavesdropping in on our live here today from North Carolina. I had to pull Travis away. I said, hey, I hate to interrupt, but I got to steal him for the live.
Yeah.
You can also follow us. Please follow, like, share, subscribe, all those things. If we can get 1,000 more people on our Facebook, would be amazing, because that hits our mark to be able to monetize. And then the watch hours will come. We're also on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I've kind of not given that any attention yet, but if I get a bunch of notifications that you guys want TikTok, I'll be more than happy to do TikToks. You can also donate to the museum at the top of the website. Big button, can't miss it. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so your donations are tax deductible. It's right about that time of year to think of giving. And we have museum membership, sponsorship opportunities, tons of ways you can donate to the museum. I got an auction coming up real soon too.
Right.
On the 4th of December. 4th of December at noon until all the stuff is gone.
I'm trying to have one. I think I'm going to have one of my uniforms on auction in there. Yeah.
Travis got some cool stuff. You can shop on our eBay store. And also, you can go to Amazon and connect our nonprofit to any of your purchases. 0.5%, I think, goes to the Space Museum. I have, as of date, earned $3 using Amazon Smile going towards the American Space Museum. U.S. Space Walk of Fame Foundation is what it should be listed under. But if we get all 8,000 followers to donate 0.5%, that's a lot of that. That money keeps the doors open. So I'm trying to really hustle that. So
we need it.
Even if you switch between nonprofits, you can, support a local one and then support us for a month, any kind of thing. So any of your regular purchases, they tell you if it qualifies on your Amazon. Just open the app, real easy to do. And not only do we ask for your support, but we support our community as well. This was a recent donation that we made to the Jess Parish Medical Foundation and the Parish Hospital for our healthcare heroes, that we were able to deliver goodie baskets for everybody and in the hospital,
Awesome.
every staff member. And they were like, ooh, they're going to fight over that and that. They knew what stuff was good. So thanks for letting me plug all that. I'd love to get this space museum to the next level.
Yes.
And this is part of it. So that's my magic.
We'll need
But space history is your magic.
Yay,
Triple
we
T.
had it today.
And we've got a big deal. What's important in space history today?
STS-95, Senator John Glenn returned to space.
Which is a big deal. So John Glenn was originally in the Mercury era. Am I correct?
Yes.
He flew, oh gosh, I don't think I have the scroll for that. I have the scroll for 95, but he would have been 100 this year.
Wow.
Which
Yeah.
is crazy. So he died in 2016.
16.
So he was 95, would have been 100 this year. And this guy, man, some accomplishments.
Awesome. Yeah.
Here's a picture of him in that Mercury era versus the pumpkin suit.
Yeah.
I'm picking stuff up. Okay. And then the pumpkin suit was because visibility, right?
Well, we started using the pumpkin suit right after the Challenger accident. This gives the astronaut more protection, more survivability, so we went to the pumpkin suit. Also, they, remember they had blue suits. One of the things that is available on launch, if they have to bail out, they bail out into the ocean. Well, one of the
ocean equals blue.
Yeah, and one
that's
of the fire rescue guys told him one day, he said, if you want to lose an astronaut in the ocean, that's the best camouflage to give them.
Blue, yeah.
So they come up with orange, more visibility.
Hey, guess what? Color theory. It's across the color wheel, literally the contrasting color. So here's a really cool picture that Mark dug up.
That's too cool.
John Glenn jumping into that. Now, I don't know if this was actually like the day of. It looks like it might have been in a bay or something.
Yeah, it's
I
hard to tell.
got a real tiny picture on this one for you, but it looks like it was in a bay. I don't think it was probably a practice run of, hey, this is how you climb in and out.
I wonder if that's Gunther.
Might have
Can't
been.
see his face.
But John Glenn was born in Cambridge, Ohio.
Right.
This STS-95. Here's a picture of you.
Oh,
Where are you at? Right there with the. Are you number one in this one?
Yep.
Yep, number one. This was the 25th flight of Discovery and the 92nd mission flown since the start of the Space Shuttle program in April '81. It was a highly publicized mission due to John Glenn participating in it.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole, and it was hype. What we were talking about. Me and Triple T had lunch today.
Yeah.
And he said there was a lot of hype, and everybody, the news outlets really talked about, oh, it's John Glenn. But the rest of these guys, it was a 7-man mission.
Right.
So. At age 77, he did become the oldest person to orbit the Earth.
Awesome.
So the go into space record remained unbroken for 23 years until Wally Funk flew on the suborbital flight on the Blue Origin NS-16 this past July. And then after that, Mr. Shatner lived long and prosper. Mr. Shatner at age 90 was suborbital on the Blue Origin flight as well, but still Glenn remains the oldest person to reach Earth orbit.
Right.
So talk about some memories that you have with this crew, specifically John Glenn, that sort of thing.
John Glenn is in my white room. Are you kidding? That was like the highlight. Oh Lord. But 77 years old, and when he came from the suit room suited up, they had already put defibrillator tabs on his chest, and the defibrillator leads came out of his neck, and I had to go to school to learn how to work a defibrillator and to know what to look for, because they thought at 77 launch day he'd be too excited. And but he was
probably another day. He was
just
chill.
Cool and calm, and he kept calling me sir. I'd turn around and look for my dad.
You are sir. Thank you.
Yeah, you're the sir. You don't call me that. But yeah, it was pretty awesome, and there was extra security. There was extra media coverage.
Because he was a senator, so there was Mark's got notes here. I got a little cheat sheet. Sitting senator at launch, just like Jake Guerin and Bill Nelson before him.
Right.
It was on Launch Complex 39B, where the Artemis SLS will launch. Yeah. So 53 out of 135 launches were from that launch. Launch Complex B. Now, how many of those did you have anything to do with?
Every launch.
Every one of them?
Yeah.
Every dang one of them?
Since STS-1.
Since one. All right.
Something to do.
Something to do.
Yeah.
Your finger in that pie, for sure.
Definitely.
So this was the first mission where a space shuttle orbiter, this was Discovery, uses the meatball insignia.
Yeah.
So graphic designer, I really like that. Listen, Marty's got me there. So the meatball logo versus the worm logo, being the meatball with the circle and the little swoop and the little red line through it. I'm looking at it over here in the background. And then the worm logo is the one that has the N with, it literally just looks like a worm. So graphic designer, I really like that. Some of the stuff that we have in this museum, I just think it's so cool to see.
Me, meatballs tradition.
You like the meatball?
Yeah, I'm a meatball.
You're well, we had meatballs at lunch.
Yeah, I did too.
Cheers to that. So this launch was rare in that the official launch weather forecast provided by the 45th Weather Squadron at Patrick, now Space Force Base, was 100% favorable for the weather as well as the shuttle landing facility. I'm hoping we get 100% for the one here on Saturday.
That would be great.
Crew 3 going up on Saturday.
Sunday morning.
Oh, right. That's right. They bumped it.
0221 or something.
Real early. I am not going to be awake unless I'm still awake. Ooh, I might be.
That's my plan.
That's your plan? You're just going to binge it? Maybe we should play some video games online.
Maybe. I got Angry Birds on my phone. So.
I'm going to get everybody to play Among Us. I think Twitch would really enjoy playing some games. If I could get some astronauts to play video games with us, Twitch would pop off. So you said again that security, you said Bill Clinton became the second incumbent U.S. president to witness a rocket launch, joined by Hillary on the roof of the VAB, the Vehicle Assembly Building.
Correct.
I'm getting all those acronyms down. I'm so proud of myself. It's a whole different set of acronyms. Because, Air Force for 12 years, military spouse. Now the space acronyms are trying to stick. And he was the only one to attend a shuttle launch. Apparently Nixon witnessed the launch of Apollo 12.
Yeah.
Which was not a shuttle launch.
No.
So I think next down on the list, he says Kurt Brown on his fifth flight as the commander. It was his second commander flight. We're looking at the scroll for this one. Kurt Brown, Lindsay, Parazinski, which was their third. Robinson was their second. Duke Mukai was their second. And Glenn, not a second shuttle. It was his first shuttle, but it was definitely his second trip to space.
After he flew and orbited 3.5 times in '62, President Kennedy pretty much grounded him. He didn't want him to fly. Now he's a national treasure. Didn't want him to fly again in case of an accident.
Oh, gosh.
So here he gets to fly at 77, but the main reason he got to fly was they had all that medical data from the 60s, and they wanted to see first how it affected you up to 77. Did you grow a third eye? What happened?
I don't think that happened.
Yeah, and then while he was on orbit, he was pretty much a human experiment. They worked him, and they wanted to gather all the
monitors and wires.
New data.
I went ahead and plucked something right off the wall because this boy was sitting right next to me while I was getting the stream ready today.
That's cool.
This is the patch and the crew official NASA photo. This digital image shows the No, that's not. That's not it. That's the one that's on the back of it. But this is the official crew photo. You've got that. I think it's a throwback. That the patch designs. They're always secrets.
Yeah,
that patch guy. I don't know if the patch guy did this one, but this was a throwback to the his original flight, the Mercury.
They were
7.
honoring it. Yeah,
they were honoring
Mercury
it with
7.
that 7 inside of it. So that's really cool. Graphic design, man. I love that.
Yeah.
So it says Mark's got a note here about the drag chute door detached and fell from the orbiter at the main engine ignition.
Right.
So do you remember anything about that?
Not really, other than they were concerned, and I think they ultimately decided not to use it, not to engage it, because they were afraid it might come out too soon.
Okay.
So they just totally didn't do it. And we got a 3-mile something runway, so they had plenty of room to stop.
And I know about the runway stuff because I was born and raised in Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah.
I think the runway at McConnell was a backup because it was long enough for shuttle.
Right.
And then
Weight also or something.
yeah, wait, it's shuttle and weight. And then I think another one, Vandenberg, obviously. Vandenberg was a backup, lived there for 4 years.
Yeah.
You
I
lived
was
there
born
too.
there, yeah.
Born there, which is weird because they barely even saw you at the doctor there.
Uh-uh.
But it says that, yeah, you said there was some concern that the drag chute could deploy prematurely, so they nixed it.
Right.
Wheel brakes and speed brakes were sufficient to bring the Discovery to a stop on the runway 33. It was a successful 10-day mission, which focused on human biomedical research with Mr. Glenn at the forefront of it, which is now done routinely on the International Space Station. That crew of 7, the 10-day mission, I rounded up. It was 9 days, 19 hours, 54 minutes, and 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wikipedia. So apparently, John Glenn was sick after landing. Did you have anything to do with the the landings?
I was there we opened the hatch, and I had a good buddy of mine that was the crew. What was the correct title? But he was on my closeout team, Mike Birkenshire, and he was in charge really of the flight crew. So, but he's part of my team. So we had to open the hatch, and Mr. Glenn, when you come back from orbit, they want you to hydrate. He drank too much water, and he was sick.
He was overhydrated.
Which
is, I've heard, is almost as bad as under.
It is.
Yeah.
And 45 minutes, we walked him around inside the middeck. I couldn't let him out in front of all the media being sick.
No, none of that.
And I couldn't let the other 6 out because then the media would have a frenzy over that. So
you did a little bit of public relations there.
Well,
You
for
had to
45 minutes, people were talking. I mean, we're walking around in there, and I walked him around, and finally, you know how when you say something stupid immediately, you shouldn't have said it.
Mistakes were made.
I said, John tells me, he says, okay, I think we're ready. And I said, are you sure? Because there's only about 1 million people watching.
He goes white as a sheet.
I knew right then I should have kept my mouth shut.
Mistakes were made. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's...
And that drag chute door, we have one here on display at the museum.
Wicked cool.
So
all the more reason to come and see it.
Yeah.
The next pictures we have are a couple from our awesome watchers. I don't know if it's Tom or Mark, but the Uziak brothers responsible for these boys. This next picture up here, I'm going to make it big. Go. It's kind of what's in the background. I don't know if the one that I have is that one exactly, but there's that launch. I love these launch pictures.
Yeah.
I gotta pick their brains the next time I talk to them. Like, do they time them? Do they do a shutter? I don't know. It's just a lot of science has to go into these to time these boys. The next one is an angled shot of it going way up in the air. I really like that.
Yeah.
Once you see it way in the sky, and you guys are gonna be able to see that launch here Saturday. I think that's so exciting. If you can see the river, you can see the launch. Yeah. And you'll hear it too, because these boosters are big.
Yeah.
And then we've got a really great panoramic picture, which was probably from the before time. I gotta stitch those together. I don't know how he took that. Real film was probably involved, but it's a nice pano of everybody gathered. Gosh. A bunch of people right outside the VAB. They must have had passes or something. You can't get that close to the launch. You're lucky if you're on the bridge.
That's pretty
close.
That's kind of where the press side is.
That must have been because it was the Uziak brothers took this picture, so they must have had press passes. So, any other good memories of this launch specifically? Or Mr. Glenn? In the white room?
I just thought it was thrilling here. I used to sit cross-legged and watch it in the 60s, and he is in my white room. I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
And you were the lead on that one, so that's even cooler.
It just made it was something, better. Just to have him, oh my God, this is history, but like Kurt Brown, the commander, he even said one time, he said, there's 6 others of us because everybody was just all Glenn.
Everybody was Glenn.
So.
Yeah, well, they were I mentioned when we talked about this earlier, it was kind of the same way with the Blue Origin flight with Shatner.
Yeah,
Shatner this, Shatner.
Yeah.
You know what? There are 3 other people in that capsule.
And
so,
you'll never remember their name.
I mean, I think Vice President of Blue Origin, I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. And then the 2 paid tickets. But a good PR move, no lie.
Definitely.
Marketing hat appreciates that.
I bet.
But yeah, so but it looks like it was Brown's 6th flight, second as commander.
Right.
Well, no, I'm a big liar. That was his 5th. I looked at the wrong line. Lindsay's 2nd. I have the scroll. The scroll. Mark will be proud. I taped this up, so we've got an official, very official scroll.
Yeah.
It says every person that was on every one of them, which shuttle it was, what the dates were, which launch facility it was from, everything, all the details. The master scroll here.
The scroll.
This fetch the scroll. Lindsay was 2nd flight. Parazinski's 3rd flight, Robinson's 2nd, Duke's 1st, Mukai's 2nd, and Glenn doesn't have a number, but it was his 2nd flight.
Yeah, it's his 2nd flight.
Well, did he? Now I'm bad with early space history. Did he only fly on the?
He did 1, and he was the first one to do orbits. Yuri Gagarin did 1 orbit. And, we weren't forthcoming with the Russians then. So
hush, hush.
Our first 2 missions were suborbital flights, 15 minutes. They went up 103, 105 miles, something like that. And then Glenn was the first one. He actually orbited 3 times, 3.5. Okay. He's the first one to eat in space.
Oh.
Do you know that?
What did he eat?
Applesauce.
Applesauce. Probably out a little.
Well, they didn't know if you could even digest food without gravity.
He's been science the whole time.
Yeah,
he was the whole guessing game.
Yeah. I think he actually napped, and so he did 3.5 orbits.
Well, I think it's really cool how the rest of the astronauts do their unique things.
Yeah.
We've got Nicole Stott, who did the art.
Yeah.
She's going to be here for a book signing on the
November
I think it's
something?
November. It's the 2nd Saturday in November.
Right. Okay.
Yep. So she's going to be here for a book signing. We're going to have a special Saturday. Stay
Can't wait
Curious.
to see her again. Yeah.
You're going to be here for it, right?
Okay, we're going to do Stay Curious.
Yeah, we're going to do a special edition.
Cool.
We're going to go live so people can ask the Q&A. We'll probably have a whole bunch of people have a mic back here so they can ask questions. It'll be real nice. We kind of did some cleanup today. Yeah. What do you think?
I
do you think we did a real good job?
I'm proud of it.
We moved the tripping hazard away from this. The big Via Space fuel cells that they have, the 3D printed fuel cells.
Rocket motor.
They've been hanging out over here, and we moved them out because they're going to go into the Via Gallery. Okay. I think next month is the ETA for that. So good reasons to visit the museum. Always new stuff here. Always Triple T here every Friday and Saturday.
Till you get tired of me.
Well, I mean, until you start forgetting stuff.
Yeah, well, that might happen too.
It was so funny. They were talking about there's going to be Boy Scouts. With Marty, was it Boy Scouts that came? Was it last night or this weekend?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, the Boy Scouts, there's going to be some Boy Scouts troops here. They said, hey, do you want to do it? I said, I'll be more than happy to do it, but I would not know. I'd be like, this is, what did I don't remember what I said, but I said, yeah, it looks like it's a missile from, I totally winged it. And they're like, I believed it, but I know that that's not right.
Well, luckily here at the museum, every display has you can read something. Yeah.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got it. Well, I don't, there's so much stuff. I haven't looked at it. I'd be like, you guys want to look for the Star Trek ships?
Yeah,
that's what I'd want to do.
We got them hid.
Yep, the treasure hunt, the scavenger hunt, if you will, for all the Enterprises. And I just experienced this room, the loud room,
right,
with the launch sequence that goes off. And I think it's so cool. Kind of ties back to that guy that was here yesterday with the data reduction. Because the computer, I'm gonna have to get him back to come and have him tell us if he knows how to work on those machines.
Wow.
Because apparently those machines, we have like one person that knows how they work, and if they stop working, we're out of luck.
He's 85, so
So
can I tell you one more quick Glenn?
Yeah, got a Glenn story for us. You want a photo?
Well, we took the Discovery to the Udvar Hazy Smithsonian Air Space Museum.
You guys went to to do your induction?
No, this was when we took Discovery there.
Oh, the whole thing, right?
And they had
The background of
whole,
all those pictures.
Well, we had 200 astronauts.
Right.
Glenn was one of them, and what it was once the bird was taken off of the 747, rolled over to Udvar-Hazy,
Okay, I know
the
about
200 astronauts walk it in, and they let me walk in with them. So this morning, they told us to be there at 9 o'clock, so I pull up early. I try to be early, everywhere. And I see this car parked on the side of the road, and I see a guard walking to the car. And I pull up next to the car, and I look in, and it's John Glenn and his wife.
Aww.
And they were taking a nap. So I felt like I'm still supposed to be taking care of astronauts. So
you're like, sir.
I parked, and about the time the guard walks up to the gate of the car, and he looks in, and he goes, "Oh my God, John Glenn's dead." And I said, "Dude," I said,
Don't say that out loud.
I think he's taking a nap. And I tapped on the window with my ring.
He's probably used to getting to places real early too.
Yeah, well,
how early did you guys have to be at the?
We had to be there at 9, and I think this was like 8:40 or something.
I know, but for the White Room, I mean that's hours in advance, right?
I had to be. If I told my crew to be in at 3, I'd come in at 2 just to get stuff going.
And then the launch was not until...
We'd be 5 hours just,
So it's a full day.
And I had 50 minutes exactly to put the astronauts in, 10 minutes to close the hatch, about 45 minutes to get the White Room closed up, ready for launch.
I thought I had extreme time limits. I did housekeeping on an Air Force base.
Well, this right here drove my life for years. It took me years to quit looking at my watch because...
He keeps that watch. We've got a special pad on it.
So
he can have his watch now. So. Well, Travis, this has been real awesome talking about STS-95. In history today was the 25th flight of Discovery, 92nd mission flown 23 years ago today.
Wow.
With John Glenn, former Mercury astronaut, and still amazing dude. With your fun story, taking a nap on the way to the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, this has been really awesome.
Cool.
I'm going to throw it up here to the sponsor logo. Remember, I shameless plug at the beginning there. We've got an auction coming up.
Yep.
Got some super sweet stuff. You said you're gonna have maybe a suit in that or something.
my closeout uniform.
Closeout uniform. Get your hands on it. Pretty much the same one that's in the
same
museum.
one that looks like it, just like one hanging in the Udvar-Hazy.
Listen, you guys, your logo here. Donate today for your spotlight.
I had to have a
$100.
backup.
Had to have a backup. Well, and not in your closet anymore.
Not
what
anymore.
good's it doing there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shamelessly promote myself here.
Okay.
These graphics brought to you by Jessica Galloway, Chief Development, Hatching Dreams into Reality, Digital Business Solutions.
Been a big help.
I try. I'm excited. I think that we've done some real cool stuff. Show this. Our second constellation, totaling $4,000.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, well, you can maybe make out a couple of the bigger stars, but there they are. We've got Aerodyne, Andy Allen, his company donated $3,000, and his brother another $1,000.
Thank you.
So we're building this up just in time for the season of giving, for our galaxy of giving.
There we go.
Hopefully, I'd like to see this one total up more than the first. The first hit over 12,000.
Wow.
So if we could get a total up on this one, I'd be real happy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Stay Curious today with the American Space Museum.
Yep.
Travis Triple T Thompson,
yes.
Closeout Crew lead, myself, Jessica Galloway. On behalf of everybody, volunteers, staff, visitors of the museum, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for rewatching. Get those watch hours in. Press that playlist if you can. Set it and forget it. Thank you guys for tuning in on our new platforms and supporting us and working with us when stuff happens.
Yeah.
Random zombies and extra birthday banners on the screen. Sometimes it'd be like that. So I guess we get to do the thing together then.
Cool.
So I don't know how it goes. I just know.
No,
I know we bridge the space between. Okay. So thanks for watching and come back next week to bridge the space between us.
Come see me.